I'll request all of us to stand up for the national anthems as we begin the program. We shall start with the Ugandan national anthem and then the Russian Federation national anthem. Thank you. We may take our seats. Her Excellency, Chekesova, Deputy Minister of Digital Development, Communications and Mass Media of the Russian Federation, Honorable General J.J. Odong Abubakar, Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency Vladlen Semivolos, Ambassador of the Russian Federation to Uganda, His Excellency Moses Kizige, Uganda's Head of Mission to Moscow, Her Excellency Rinat Agliulin, Deputy Director, Ministry of Economic Development of the Russian Federation and co-chair of the Technical Committee, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. You are most welcome to this session. Today's program is as follows. We shall have the opening of the session by the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Uganda, Honorable General Abubakar J.J. Odong. Then we shall
met from 6 and yesterday for the 2 days I've been meeting. And also on the sides of, because Honorable Ministers, you recall that you had insisted that this commission is aimed at ensuring that relations between the two countries are enhanced and strengthened. And you said that the business between the two countries should be able to be improved. It was on this basis that the two countries agreed to hold a business forum on the sidelines of this meeting, and so the business forum opened yesterday. Honorable Ministers, we hope that you will be able to have time at the end of the session to visit the stores. So on that said, Honorable Minister, I now take the singular honor to invite the Minister of Foreign Affairs to give his opening speech for this meeting. Thank you, Honorable Minister.
Your Excellency Bela Chekasova and your delegation, Honorable Excellencies, the ambassadors here present, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of His Excellency, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, the government and the people of Uganda, I wish to take this opportunity to warmly welcome Your Excellency and your delegation to Kampala, Uganda. I extend to you all very warm greetings. It is with great pleasure that Uganda is hosting the third session of the Uganda-Russia Intergovernmental Commission on Economic, Scientific, and Technical Cooperation. Uganda has been looking forward to this moment, and we are very happy to host you, our friends, brothers and sisters from Russia here in Kampala today. I would like to express my gratitude to all of you who have made this event, this session here in Kampala, very possible. And in a special way, I wish to thank His Excellency, Ambassador Moses Kizige and the Uganda Embassy in Moscow for enabling this session to take place. Russia and Uganda have a history of loyal friendship based on mutual respect and built on a strong foundation of shared interests and values spanning over several decades. Our two countries share positions on diverse issues of concern, but more specifically on promotion of international peace and security, safeguarding the interests of the global South, and respect for international law. We also share a common belief in the right of every nation to chart its path on development without undue interference. Thanks to the great rulership of Their Excellencies, President Putin and President Museveni, our bilateral relations continue to grow stronger, more diversified, and concrete results that benefit our two peoples. This governmental commission, therefore, adds to a platform for us to concretize the political goodwill that has long existed between our two countries, turning this goodwill into tangible benefits to our peoples. Despite the absence of the Intergovernmental Commission meetings since 2018, which occurred in Moscow, our two countries have continued to engage with each other at bilateral and at multilateral levels. Over the years, we have exchanged high-level visits, including, I believe, Ambassador Semlov, in 2022, His Excellency Sergei Lavrov visited here. In 2023, July, His Excellency President Museveni was in St. Petersburg, and only recently, in June this year, Her Excellency the Vice President of Uganda, together with a number of visitors, a number of ministers, were in Moscow for different activities. On the multilateral platform, Uganda has continued to engage with Russia under the frameworks of the BRICS, Group of Friends in defense of the UN Charter, as well as under the United Nations arrangement generally. Our relations, therefore, have remained vibrant and active. For this, I wish to extend our gratitude to our leaders and officials who have made this possible. We recall the exceptional hospitality that the Uganda delegation received in Moscow during the second session in 2018. That session yielded commendable progress in many sectors, ranging from cooperation in the field of energy development, commercial exchanges between our business communities, ICT and AI, technical training, investment in agro-processing and infrastructure development. All these achievements are very important and have been building blocks of a durable and dynamic partnership. At this third session, therefore, it is Uganda's foremost desire that we work with greater determination to translate the aspirations that we have into tangible outcomes for benefit of both countries. I am glad that the senior officials from both sides have reviewed and expanded all areas of cooperation through the different working groups during the proceedings yesterday. I am also pleased to note that the private sector from both Russia and Uganda have enthusiastically joined this effort through the business exhibition and presentations, so as to complement and support the actions of the governments. I would like to encourage the private sector to build on this momentum of the third session and expand collaborations and networking so that concrete solutions can be realized in the near future. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we hold this third session here in Kampala at a time when the global situation is aflush. The international community is experiencing unprecedented challenges, ranging from increasing unilateralism, loss of faith in the international governance systems, geopolitical tensions, climate-related disruptions, and economic headwinds that jeopardize peace and security, as well as threaten progress generally. It is therefore important that countries with like minds, such as Russia and Uganda, reflect on these realities and not allow them to hold us back, but instead give us the opportunity to inject fresh momentum to resolutely focus on the desired outcomes of our relationships. As Uganda pursues its quest for higher middle income status, we seek Russian investment and expertise in key sectors to enable us grow and transform our economy. We need to produce enough energy to run heavy industries. We must mechanize our agriculture and efficiently deal with issues of post-harvest management and agro-processing. We also need to open new transport corridors in aviation and build digital infrastructure to serve as the backbone of our industrialization and integration into the regional and global value chains. We seek Russian experience in advanced scientific research, digital innovation, and even space technology to help us leapfrog our development agenda. Above all, we recognize that education and human capital remain our greatest assets, and we aspire to obtain more training opportunities and student exchanges for our youth. For the Russian business community, Uganda offers immense opportunities for trade and investment in all sectors. The East African community, of which Uganda is a member, has a market of over 330 million people for which your investment can supply. The African Continental Free Trade Area avails you a market of 1.4 billion people and a GDP exceeding $3 trillion US. Please come and take advantage of these opportunities that are big markets available for your offer. Uganda looks forward to signing the different memorandum of understanding arising out of this session. We commit to their full implementation and pledge to support their full operationalization. As I conclude, I once again welcome you, Your Excellency, and your delegation to Kampala and wish you fruitful deliberations and engagement. I also encourage you, if time permits you, to explore the beauty and nature of Uganda. I am confident that this session will serve as a springboard for an invigorated Uganda-Russia partnership. I thank you all for listening to me, and may I now take this opportunity to officially open this session.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, for that excellent delivery. I would like now to invite the head of delegation of the Russian Federation to come and make her opening remarks.
Dear Mr. Odonga, Your Excellencies, dear our Ugandan friends and partners. First of all, on behalf of the Russian delegation and on my own behalf, I would like to express my gratitude for the warm and cordial welcome extended to us in Uganda. And I consider it symbolic to hold a meeting of the Commission on the eve of the Independence Day of the Republic of Uganda. And as you know, our country has made a significant contribution to the independence of African states. And thank you for the invitation to take part in the celebration of the anniversary of this important event in the history of your country. Russia and Uganda have long-standing relations of friendship and cooperation, and Mr. Odongo has told about that already. We have common values, common vision on many international aspects. And President of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin, met with President of the Republic of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, on the sidelines of the first and second Russia-Africa summits. In order to regularly check the clock, a new format of dialogue was created last year, a conference with the participation of the foreign ministers of African states and Russia. And we are now preparing for the second meeting, which will take place in Egypt in November this year. And we look forward to the participation of the High Representative of Uganda in the upcoming forum. Given our country's desire to consistently develop trade, economic and investment cooperation with African countries, I wanted to say that strengthening relations with Uganda is one of our priorities. The high level of our political interaction creates good perspectives for increasing trade and economical cooperation. And Mr. Odongo told about some perspective direction which we should consider and to increase our cooperation in that fields. We hope on creating favorable conditions in Uganda for Russian companies willing to participate in joint projects in your country. We know the successful activities of Ural and Virtus Global Security companies in implementing projects in Uganda. A number of Russian companies, in particular Nextouch, Goznak, and the Techno Design Bureau, have started working on entering the Ugandan market. And we will be happy that Ugandan companies more collaborate with our companies and export their products to Russia. For us, the format of their Intergovernmental Commission is a key mechanism for coordinating our partnership. The Commission's work makes it possible to achieve noticeable results more effectively. Uganda is one of Russia's most important trading partners on the African continent, but we think that we have a lot of potential which is not open yet, so we need to work hard on this direction. Thank you for our meeting. Unfortunately, I won't have an opportunity to see a lot of locations in the beautiful Uganda, but I think that we also have a great potential in touristic sphere. And in these terms, I invite you to present your opportunities at the International Travel Forum Travel in 2026, which will be held in Russia. In conclusion, I would like to thank all the participants of the third meeting of the Commission for their fruitful and constructive work. I am confident that through joint efforts we will be able to bring the cooperation between our countries to a new level. I'm confident that together with our Ugandan friends we will be able to translate the agreements that are fixed on paper into practical terms. I believe that today we have taken another step towards each other, and I think that we all should work more together. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for the warm invitation to the International Travel Forum in Russia in 2026. I hope Ugandans have taken note of that. At this juncture, I would like to invite Ambassador Eli Kamahunje to present the outcome of the breakout sessions and the senior officials working group meetings. Ambassador Eli.
Your Excellency, Bera Chekosova, Head of Delegation of the Russian Federation, Honorable J.J. Odong, Abubakar, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Your Excellency, Vladimir Semilovis, Ambassador of the Russian Federation to Uganda, Ambassador Moses Chizige, Uganda's Head of Mission to Moscow, His Excellency Renate Angrian, Deputy Director, Minister of Economic Development of the Russian Federation and co-chair of the Technical Committee, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. The third session of the senior officials of the Uganda-Russia Intergovernmental Commission on Economic, Scientific and Technical Cooperation met on 6th and on 7th October 2025 to review and take stock of the outcomes of the second session that was held on the 21st to 23rd of May 2018 in Moscow, 7 years ago, as has been pointed out by the ministers. The joint technical meetings were co-chaired by His Excellency Renate Angrian, Deputy Director, Minister of Economic Development of the Russian Federation, and Ambassador El Kamahunje, Head of International Political Cooperation, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Uganda. I am now here to present to you, Honorable Ministers, the report of the senior officials for your consideration and eventual adoption. Honorable Ministers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Technical Committee observed that the second session that was held in Moscow had 4 major outputs, namely, 1, that both sides agreed to fast-track the review of the draft MOUs between respective ministries. And the Honorable Ministers, we found there were like 20 MOUs that required to be reviewed. Russia invited Uganda to take part in key economic forums across the country, and Honorable Ministers, our visitor has informed us that there is that event in Moscow, and those are some of the events that they were talking about. The third one was that the parties welcomed the creation of the sector-specific working groups to strengthen cooperation between the two countries, and Honorable Ministers, the Technical Committee worked under those specific working groups that were formed. Both countries committed to encouraging direct partnerships between their public and private organizations. Honorable Ministers, the Technical Committee observed that there were many long-standing MOUs that needed to be concluded and signed. However, the Technical Committee found that this could not be signed during this third session. The Technical Committee, however, has proposed to you, Honorable Ministers, that appropriate authorities of the Russian Federation and the Republic of Uganda take necessary measures to accelerate the negotiations and the signing of these documents at an appropriate time to be determined by the two countries. And Honorable Ministers, we were being told today of some of the agreements that are ready, the MOUs that are ready for signing. This is a proposal, Honorable Ministers, that is being presented to you for your consideration and concurrence. Honorable Ministers, Your Excellencies, there is one MOU between the National Research University Higher School of Economics and Makerere University that is ready for signature. And Honorable Ministers, it is proposed that this MOU is signed in your presence today. During this session, the technical committee held discussions under 3 working groups, namely Defense, Security and Internal Affairs,
Thank you, Ambassador Eli. The next item on the agenda is signing of the MOU between Makerere University and the High School of Economics of Russia. In the presence of the ministers, may I invite the officials responsible to May I invite the ministers to stand at the back of the signatories? Okay, okay, all right. Thank you very much. The next exercise is we are going to go for a group photograph. I've been advised that the agreed minutes will be signed later on. So we shall be going out for a group photograph. I'll hand over to Head Public Diplomacy to advise on the group photograph.
Thank you, Dr. Omara. Good morning, colleagues, honorable ministers. You're welcome this morning. We are beginning our photography segment, and we shall have 3 photographs. The first photograph will be our 2 heads of delegation. We shall remain inside the room for all these photographs. Our 2 heads of delegation shall take a photograph right here on the podium. They will then be joined by the 2 delegations on either side. They'll join them still on the podium. That will be, I'm not sure what to call this. This is the VIPs, the heads of department, heads of technical sections will be the second category who will join the ministers. The third category, who will come and join everybody else, is what we call the family photo. And that will be the others. I think you know the structural adjustment, and you will be able to join. That was probably the table, along which I see Ambassador Mogera on this side going all the way over there. So we shall do this quickly. I'd like to, at this juncture, invite both ministers to, first let's take photos as they're seated, and then they will stand. Is that all right, camera? You've already taken those? Okay. Honorable ministers, kindly stand for the photograph. Could we have a handshake, please? Thank you. I would like to invite the senior officials on both sides of the delegation, ambassadors, heads of departments. Everyone will move forward. Uganda delegation, I need some female senior officers. Thank you very much. Where is Madame Georgina? Please join the group. Senior officials, on the Russian delegation side, do we have any ladies to join the minister? Photographers, give us 2 seconds as we are joined by the 2 ladies. They were at the back. Thank you. The rest of the delegation, Russian side, Uganda side, do we have any member of the delegation that is still over there? International Economic Cooperation Department, MDAs, please come join this family picture. Simply ensure that your head is between two shoulders of the person in front of you. If you know you are taller than the person in front of you, please take a step back. We cannot have anybody covering the podium, so please keep moving. Please keep moving. Simply stick your head. If we are done, I would like to make one last request for the Makerere University signing team and the Russian side who signed with Makerere University to take a photo with the ministers. We did not have that photograph. These are the officials responsible for the MOUs, signing, having pictures taken with the ministers. Dr. Mara, I invite you to come back and take over the program. We have official pictures, so if you are worried that you will not get the picture, we shall be able to share. Thank you very much. Dr. Mara, please come take over the program.
At this juncture, we are going to have a press briefing. And the press briefing is supposed to be led by Head Public Diplomacy. I would like to invite her to come and lead us in the press briefing.
Thank you, Dr. Mara. Members of the Fourth Estate, we welcome you all here today. Thank you for honoring us with your presence. Having listened to the messages from our ministers, the two delegations, we have the opportunity to ask some questions. We will take 3 questions. 3 questions. It looks like, oh, UBC, please introduce yourself. We need a microphone. Please introduce yourself and the media house you represent. Outcome, we need a roving microphone, please. Please ask your question.
Good morning. My name is Ivan Joko. I work with UBC TV. I will stand by the protocol. I do believe there is a mutual trade relationship between Russia and Uganda. What dynamics are there for Uganda to export directly with Russia?
Thank you. That was question one. We have, is that a media house? Outcome, we need a roving microphone to my left. Please introduce yourself and your media house.
I'm Hilda Namara. I work with Sunny FM. My question goes to Honorable Minister J.J. Odong. We're looking at Uganda's growing cooperation with Russia and now its new ties with the BRICS nation. My question is, how is the government managing the balance between the East and the West, especially to avoid being seen as taking sides in the current global power divide? Thank you.
Thank you. Last question, please. I think I see a hand up. The lights are in my face. So which media house is that, please?
My name is Chivumbi Ernest Benjamin from HICGI News Agency. I would like to know, there was a time when African leaders went to Russia and had discussion with Vladimir Putin and as well as the Ukraine counterpart. Amongst the things that African leaders asked was food and wheat. How is it possible that Russia can be of greater assistance to Africa than the food issue?
We shall take the 3 questions and then we shall close. Thank you.
Thank you for the question. If we're talking how Russia, I wouldn't say help Africa, but collaborate with Africa, we can, for example, provide the technologies, because Russia made a great step.
Could we have a roving microphone for the Honorable Minister? The volume is low on her microphone. Could we please have a roving microphone?
This one is very low.
Ah, very low. I can speak louder, if you like.
Can I have another microphone?
Can we have another microphone, please? Protocol Department, please. Thank you.
Hello, thank you. As I said already today, African countries are strategic for Russia. And even if we are talking about Uganda, it's a great partner of Russia, and our turnover is increasing. For example, in 2024, it increased by 17%, and I think that it's a good dynamic. And I think that today we managed to identify new areas for collaboration. For example, in ICT sector, and I think that Russian technologies will be useful for African countries because we have shared our experience. For example, it may be satellite cooperation and some technical and agriculture collaboration. So I think that we have a lot of direction which have a great potential. And yesterday we achieved an agreement that we make a list of the companies, Ugandan companies, which are interested in collaborating with Russian companies and vice versa, and we will do our best to make their partnership stronger. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. You did ask a question about opportunities of trade between Uganda and Russia. I will speak this with evidence from Ambassador Moses Kizige. The level of trade is not yet significant, but it is beginning to pick up because as we speak, quite a number of companies from Uganda are now exporting coffee to the Russian Federation. These discussions, which we are holding today, are specifically to see other venues through which we can be able to expand that trade between Uganda and Russia. On the other hand, it is obviously clear that we are benefiting significantly from products from the Russian Federation. What we are therefore trying to do is that it should be a two-way trade, and Ambassador Kizige will be able to expand more on this. The second question from the lady was, now that we are in this situation in the world, how is Uganda placed vis-a-vis its relations with Russia? I believe many of us in this room were born after the Second World War. And in our existence, right immediately after the Second World War, we used to hear of something called the Cold War. Pro-West, pro-East. About 1989, that situation changed into a unipolar world dominated by the West. Today, the situation is changing with the establishment of a multipolar world. We in Uganda do not seek to be the leaders of any pole. We seek to be part and parcel of the international community. Remember, as I speak, Uganda chairs the non-aligned movement. Our interest as Uganda, therefore, is to ensure that we are friends to each and everyone, and we pursue our interests first as Uganda, and secondly, as part and parcel of the non-aligned movement, and thirdly, as part of the global South. So we, in relating with Russia, seek to benefit from their advantage in order to further our interests together with them. So our relations with Russia, which this is part of, is not against anybody, rather it is to bring us all together as part and parcel of the world. May I ask Ambassador Kizige just to expound more on this question of trade between Uganda and Russia?
Thank you, Honorable Minister. As the Minister has stated, the volumes of trade between Uganda and Russia are increasing significantly day by day. First of all, I want to confirm that Russia is one of the biggest global consumers of coffee. Presently, Most of the coffee consumed in Russia comes from Brazil, Costa Rica, Vietnam, and Ethiopia. But for all this, Russian coffee roasters have been importing coffee from either Germany or Italy, Ugandan coffee, such that it is used to change the aroma of the coffee, which they buy from other countries. So our efforts and campaigns have been that why don't the Russians get the best? Because everybody appreciates that Uganda's coffee is the best. So we've gone into several MOUs with the Russian coffee roasters, and they are receiving coffee from Uganda in quite substantive quantities. We've also opened up and signed MOUs with the Russian supermarkets and the airports to have coffee which is prepared from Uganda, which is already roasted, which is already packed to be sold on Russian supermarkets, among others. We've also set up a stand of more than 1,000 square meters in the Moscow Food City, where we shall be receiving fresh fruits and vegetables from Uganda, and bananas, of course, from Uganda, and pineapples, which will be distributed from the food city. We have more than 10,000 trucks leaving every day to different parts of the Russian Federation and the former Soviet Union countries. So this has started, and we have many Ugandan companies already involved in it. So the market is fully open to the Ugandan exporters unconditionally, unlike other partners who give conditions to Ugandans for them to be able to export their products. So I encourage those in the private sector to work closely with us at the embassy, and we shall really continue increasing our volumes of what we export to the Russian Federation. I thank you, Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Chizige. That brings us to the end of the media briefing, question and answer session, and I would like to invite Dr. Mara back to conclude.
Thank you, Margaret, for the press briefing. The next item on the agenda is supposed to be lunch hosted by the Minister of Foreign Affairs. But there is one item that we did not conclude, which is the signing of the agreed minutes. If the agreed minutes are ready, could you please bring them so that they are signed? I'll invite the honorable ministers to the signing ceremony. Thank you. We are now coming to the end of this session, and we shall first break off for a tea break. I request Ambassador Eli Kamahunje and Ambassador Mayega to guide the ministers to the waiting room. We can now break off for a tea break. Thank you very much.
I'm too addicted to hauling a sente. Tally con expiry date. Pulika sera njagalambe wendi. Jangu, come a little bit closer, baby. Sembera, wameza nechecho. Sita kubeyo, chakala kubeno, ntekeyo, awo. Sita kubeyo, chakala kubeno, ntekeyo, oyo, oyo, oh. Oyo, oyo. Oh. The way you dance, girl, give a man fever. Got your body, but you make a man shiver. Bad girl, make a man fever. Got your body, but you make Mr. Lover, and I say I don't get my holla. Anyhow you like, I could do my deal, as long as you know cause palapa. Promise you gon' treat me well. Give me the love and no be kiss and tell. No be say that I whine and do well. Woyo, woyo. Oh. Woyo, woyo. Oh. Yeah. The way you dance, girl, give a man fever. Now your body, but you make a man shiver. Bad girl, bad girl. Panicking and put to love. Only when cool I can know if I were. Tell me now. Love panicking know if I were. Panicking and put to love. Only when cool I can know if I were. Tell me now, love panic, you know if I were. Emi mi do chekute, nemi wa baby chesi be. Kabi take attention to say. Kumanga wali wonze chenganga, wali wechi easy. Let me keep your secret, yeah. Deepest of my heart is the safest place. So yeah, baby, turn to me and say, hey. Girl, I love your body. I panic when I see your body. I admire my baby's body. Hey, yeah. Baby, when you turn up on me, you're the one that I think of. Everywhere you go, I go follow. Panicking and good to lie. But when cool love, I can't know if I was. Tell me now, love panicking if I was. Panicking and good to lie. But when cool love, I can't know if I was. Tell me now, love panicking if I was. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Sitting over and go to say, it be like Eulange, on David and yo viola, Timutu de Bambi, Omoe Nakafanani, Akobambia la venga ko viola, venga mumeme, Nange mumenga mumeme, Alina Kabiri viola. Akayo yo bambi okoko sakayindo akalalo ko sweet wenze jukira erinyalye okulyogera mpomelwa cause in the corner sani cause in the lunga survive, I'll be honest. Your love will be totally me. I'm so obsessed. I want to talk. Kuduro, your body they work on this thing. Kuduro, open and make us sing. Kuduro, give me love for one thing. You make a bad man sing. Girl, you make me loco. You play me like a lotto. All you want is my dodo. I even buy you moto. Oh no, oh no. You say you want a low, low. But why you leave me go, go? See me now, I am so low. Oh no. It could have been something different. Oh, you say you want money, baby. Oh. It could be loving my honey, kissing and cuddling, loving Miami. Oh, it could have been something different. Oh, you say you want money, baby. Oh, I don't tire for play. Things and now you go hold me down. Jackie by LSC. With you I want to settle down. You sweet me like soda, high me like lager, cool it down. All the friends have been mocking me. All you want is a Ducati. It's so fair, baby, so fair, baby. The way you want to the love with me. All you want is a Ducati. It's so fair, baby. Now you make me, you play me like a. All you want is my.